Here we go. Ready? Oh, who's better than me? Yeah. What's up? Well, I have the astragal attached to the box now, and it's time to clean up the astragal. After I apply a piece of molding or anything to another piece of wood, I like to clean it up first before I move on to something else, because I hate to have to go back and clean the whole thing. You know, it would take me a long time to have to sand every imperfection or every little piece of glue or every whatever at the very end. So I kind of try to do it as I go along. And I just want to give you guys a little tips on how to clean up this astragal, okay? So let me see if we can see what's going on here. Hang on. All right. It looks cool, huh? Now, you know, obviously there's going to be little pieces of glue inside these corners. Now you can try to scrape them out or whatever, but you know what? I told you I kind of abuse my tools, and I just like to use my chisels. It seems to work better. So, I take as much glue out of the corners as I possibly can. Now you remember that I ran, you know, a piece of wax down this thing, so it was easy for me to clean this up with a scraper. See what I mean? So I clean up this whole interior corner right here with a scraper, because that's where the glue was. All right? You see what I'm talking about? Right in here, between the fillet and the flat, there was like a buildup of glue. I mean, just a little bit, you know. It's the squeeze out. But the most important part of this whole assembly is this bottom, because this is the only part that you see, okay? Because you're going to be looking up at it, and all this other stuff, the molding sits on top of it. So it's really important to get the bottom of this thing looking crispy. So I start with some 220. I usually just use 150, but for moldings or whatever, I like to use 220. And I didn't clean up this molding before I ran it. I mean, after I ran it, because I didn't want to mess up this fillet. Now, it's from the bottom, okay? So from here, you just don't want to take, well, one, a profile sander, you know, which would be the worst thing in the world to use, or any kind of like electric sanding machine. Don't even come near this thing. I just folded a piece of sandpaper in half, okay? And I just hold it in there, okay, guys? I mean, you don't need to be too aggressive with cleaning this stuff up. Now, you don't want to round over this part of it, because there's only a little bit reveal on the top of the case, and if I rounded this over, it would really look terrible. So I just have a piece of 220, folded in half, like I said, and I'm just going to clean it up a little, okay? I'm just interested in the flat, okay, at this moment. So this is the part that I'm cleaning up. I mean, it doesn't take that long. You just have to be careful. And now I'm going to start to round over the bottom of the fillet, okay? Now I just, instead of being like, I just take the paper and I just roll it over a little bit. Now I can get my fingernail in there. You see that? I have my fingernail pressed up against that piece of sandpaper, so it's not going to destroy that fillet. And now I can just kind of sand it. So I just easily sand it. I'm not in one spot going crazy. I just kind of go the whole way. All right? And you can see the little machine marks from the router that made this molding. And that's the stuff that you want to get out, all right, guys? So, you know, it's not that bad. Just roll it over, round it over. Now, I'm at liberty where I can kind of take it easy with this stuff, because you do only see the bottom of it. Hey. All right, I'm just going to go show you guys what's up and how it's going to look on top of the case. Check it out. You see the reveal on the bottom, that little shadow line? If you hit that really hard with sandpaper, it would have rounded it over, and then it just would look like a flat and a little beat up spot, and then the round over. So it's very important to keep that stuff as crispy as you possibly can. And here's what it's going to look like from. Now I'm on the ground, and this is how high it is. You know, this is about eye level. That's obviously not. So this is how it looks from the bottom, okay? When you look up at this bad boy, I'll show you something I'm upset about. That little tiny hole right there, oh, pissing me off. But I can fix that, you know? And you see? Well, the light's probably in the way. But that's how it's going to look. Awesome, right? Now you see how this side of it is nice and flush with the case. It's just bumped out a little bit. The reason why this part isn't is because it's an overlaid door. You see that? This is a pretty heavy piece right here. But you can see that there's a reveal between the piece of MDF and the fillet. Nice, right? So that's what I'm striving for. And then this whole bump out right here, that whole bump out is what receives all the embellishment from the door. So I'm pretty pleased with it overall. I think it looks good, you know. So that's that. That's the beginning stages of this. That's the beginning stages of this upper pediment, and that's how crispy it's going to look. And that's why it's really important just to take your time with that little piece of sandpaper and not round over those corners, because you know what? It would really kill you when you go to stick this thing on top of the case. Hey, what's up, guys? Well, now that I have it all cleaned up, pretty much all finished, I needed to go back and put a detail in that I had to wait for. I'm going to show you, so check it out. Hang on, buddies. Hang on, everybody. Working on it, working on it. Alright, here we are. Okay. Well, this is the front of the pediment, okay? And this block is going to get a really cool detail. I haven't decided what it was. But you see this blank side here? It's about 9/16 of an inch, and it would have been too much blank space to leave. So I decided that I was just going to carry over this pattern a little bit in across here and then down around the corner. You can see that's an 1/8 inch all the way around. And I have to do a little carving. Now this is very, very delicate, alright? I mean, I'm nervous. This chipped out when I cut the miter, and I have the corresponding piece so I can put a little patch in right there. But this right here, all I did was I cut the lines with my little X-Acto knife. Now I'm just going to come in, alright? Just ever so slightly. And I need to remove this interior material on these two sides. And I'm nervous because there's not much material on this end, you know? And I have to dimple this as well, so I hope I don't trash this, because this is the outside corner that you're really going to notice. Your eyes are going to go right to this corner. You know what I'm saying, guys? So this is what I have to do. And I'm nervous, as usual. I don't really want to come in this way, but what the hell am I going to do? I'm just trying to relieve tension off that line so I can stab cut it a little bit without having to worry about busting out the side of it. And the camera's in the way as usual, so. Alright, let me see if I can adjust this thing. Alright, that's pretty good, huh? Get the lens cap out of the way. Oops, sorry. Alrighty, see what I gotta do? And you know what, to be honest with you guys, I only need to take out a little material. Just enough so I can dimple it and it won't just look like I dimple the crap out of the face of it. Well, so that's that. And not only do I need to do that, guys, I left it a little strong on the sides because I really didn't know where I was going to cut the miters. Man, this sun is brutal, huh? Right here, I have a line. Man, this camera. Okay, you can't see the line, but there's a line right there. So I need to just extend this corner out to that corner and move this out and get that so it's an 1/8 of an inch as well. So I'm just going to spend the rest of my day doing that taking it easy and making sure I don't make a mistake. I hope. And then that will be all done. Well, I still have to do the fretwork on the little block, but then it'll be all done.